Oh, can I record it from my side, do you think?
Yes,
Oh, that's
yes,
good.
I
Okay.
will send it to you.
It's gonna be long. I know it's gonna be hard.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Sunday Smiles. My name is Ibtihal Badawi. I'm an expressionistic artist, and I use my art to express my feeling. Each painting is a journey to learn about myself and about the world. I love to bring people together to learn about each other, and that's why I create Sunday Smiles. And today we have a special guest, Coach Rima. Hi.
Hello, Tihal. Hello, everyone. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
I'm very well, alhamdulillah, as well.
Can you tell us more about you?
Okay, so my name is Rima Dawood. I'm first of all a mother, a wife and a mother of three handsome kids. And I currently live in Texas. I've been everywhere in the world and everywhere in the States even. I basically work as a transformation coach. I started doing life coaching generally and then slowly did like special certifications to get where I need to be later on. So I finished the transformation and alignment coach certification from the International Coaching Federation here in New York. And I'm also an NLP trainer from Dr. Richard Bandler. This program is magical. It's very nice. I'm gonna talk about it soon. And yeah, I'm a life lover. I'm a very active person. I love to meet new people, and of course, women empowerment is my number one core. And I love artists like you yourself, Ibtihal,
Thank
and I
you.
love you. Thank you very much for hosting me. And that's it. I don't like to talk about myself that much. Of
Thank you so much for
course.
joining us today. And I love how you always empower women by your talks and your post always bringing people together, encourage women especially to overcome their fears and use their inner strength. So tell us more about you're a life coach. How can life coach help individual in their life and how it could empower them?
Yeah. So life coaching basically is a very nice approach and really it's very helpful. And most of us like coaches, we started being like coaches after a personal experience. So coaching basically focuses on partnering with the client and getting him or helping him to know himself better and to find his own meaningful purpose in life. It's different than like psychologists or therapists or counseling. In coaching, we don't give solutions at all to the clients because the clients have their solutions in themselves. So they're full of their resourcefulness and they're full of their potentials. We try in coaching like throughout the session to figure out and discover those potentials in the clients, and then he is gonna find the solution himself. How it works through sessions. And we have different types of coaching, of course. It depends on the need of the person, what type of coaching they need to be coached for, like personal, the skill, career, business, different types of coaching. We basically have the discovery session, the self-discovery session that most of the coaches offer that consultation session, let's say, for free in the beginning, just to get to know the client and what their needs are and what their potentials are. And from there, we go with the plan. And that's it. Very simple. Like we're gonna dig in details, of course.
That's amazing. So you help them to be more independent on
Yes,
themselves
yes,
because a lot of time people get attached to the coach and get stuck and they feel that they cannot achieve by themselves. So you help them to empower themselves so they can continue their journey by themselves.
yes, yes. To get out that potential that's kept deep inside. Because most of us people, we don't really know how to discover that. That's very tiny point, but it's very important.
So you help them to learn about their strong points and their
Yes,
weak points to help them to make it stronger.
yes, yes, of course. we enrich like their strengths and help them get the weaknesses and get out of get rid of their fears and all those, sometimes we have, most of us, like people, we have like those childhood um complexes or habits that are stuck, and really it paralyzes someone's like power or any potential that they need to achieve in life. So we kind of figured that out and just help them get rid of those. And yeah, maybe let's say like we clarify the path in front, like in front of them, so they can walk easier.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So you help
Very.
them also to have a stronger self-esteem.
Yes. No worries. No worries. Yes, self-esteem is building the self-esteem is the number one in coaching, especially for me, because if a person, it's whether it's a man or a woman, if they don't have that self-esteem, it's very hard to work further with the coach.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
So how long you've been life coaching?
Yeah. So basically, I started in 2012, back in Dubai. I started to getting to know this approach, and I started to attend some courses and workshops, and I kind of liked it. I love psychology myself, and all the books I read, I like to read about psychology and human, brains and everything. So when I started to be introduced to coaching and those workshops, I really liked it. So I asked my master coach, I said, "What is that about?" And she introduced me to that all the field and everything, and I liked it. Then after I moved to the States, my kids grew a little bit more, so I said that's the time to start my journey. So I decided to, because first of all, I love it to help everyone. I love to see everyone happy before being a coach myself. I always believe that life, like people deserve to live happy in life, and nothing is more worth than your happiness and your mindfulness and your own like peace. So in 2016, I started to research about schools here in the States, and I moved a lot in the States, so I didn't have enough time until 2018 when I started the career. I started studying and taking the certification, and I'm still going, and I don't want to stop actually until I get the MCC, hopefully.
Good
Yes,
luck.
so I've been there for 3 years in the career.
MashaAllah, that's very nice. So, what do you feel after you see your client just overcome their weakness?
Oh, I cannot describe that, Abdel. It makes me so you cannot imagine. Believe me, it's me personally. I mean, I get so happy if one of the clients just send me a text or a DM or something that I did this and I feel so much better. I feel like I own the world. That's what I want. That's my mission in life. I think that's why Allah was like send me here and brought me to life for a purpose, right? So that's my purpose in life. And I want to get everyone understand that you deserve to live yourself, and you deserve to live for yourself and for your own mindfulness and happiness, and nothing is more important than that. Everything comes after or later. Yes, I love that. I enjoy it. It's, I don't know, I cannot describe it. It's so rewarding, Ibtihal, so rewarding.
I,
Alhamdulillah, I
I
love it.
I can sense it like in your voice,
Yeah.
like how
I know, in my
how how
energy.
yes, how amazing is like when someone tell you I you helped me going through this hard time. It just that's all the rewards
Yes,
you
yes.
can get. That's amazing.
I just love to see, especially women, because when a woman is happy, all the world is happy, like because she raises the other part of the world or of society. So yeah, I mean, we of course that doesn't mean that I'm always happy or like overwhelmed and everything is perfect. Of course not. I always have my downs as well. And people ask me, "Do you really feel sad sometimes?" I said, "Of course." Maybe I'm the most one who feels really depressed or sad, but it's how the way you interact with your, like, let's say sadness or bad moments or bad days. It's not that you will become like, I don't like that to be. Let me tell you this point. I don't like that they connect coaching or coaches with positivity, the fake
Mm,
positivity. I mean that we see on the social media
mm,
nowadays, like you have to be happy 24/7. That's totally wrong. I mean, and when they tell me, like when they repost my page, like Rima is a positivity person, I said, well, yes, but I'm not here for positivity. I'm
mm,
here for a clear positivity vision,
Mm.
for linking positivity with a good purpose of life or a good version of life. It's not that you have to be happy 24/7. No one can do that. No one is happy 24/7, even 5 days a week. It's just the way you shift your perspective towards the problem that you face or the bad moment that you're facing, whatever it is. And that's basically what I like always to clarify for people.
Because we are human, we are created to feel all these emotions and
Yeah, and
ups
that's
and
normal, of
downs.
course.
and
Yeah.
and I think when you feel all these emotions, you appreciate the time that you're happy more.
Yes,
If you
thank you,
are
Abtihal. Yes.
24 hours happy, then it's like it's the same, it will be boring, it's just
Yes.
it doesn't make sense. But when you feel these different emotions, you truly appreciate and you be present with those happy moments.
That's the problem, Tihal, that most of us, we don't know how to be present in the moment of any moment, whether it's a happy or a sad moment. So we don't know how to really be present. We want to like, if we're happy, we live the moment. We step out of the moment. We never like remembered or felt how thankful we should be. And when we're sad as well, we want the moment to get over. So we don't learn from the sad moments and we don't really enjoy the happy moments. So that's what I'm trying to focus. And especially after COVID, I
Mm.
always take it as example. I always tell them like, see everything you lived in and enjoyed and had, you never felt thankful or grateful for. And now COVID, with everything bad it has, it still has the the positive side or the bright side that we should really stop, pause, and learn. But not everyone gets it. It's the human nature. So I don't blame them.
So, guys,
Yeah.
any one of you have any questions? Melissa.
Yeah,
Yes.
unmute me. I'm trying to keep cats quiet while we do this. It's an interesting. It's see if I can word it properly so that I can be understood. Um, as a coach, let's say there's a person who is maybe not satisfied where they are, or they don't know that they're not completely aware that there can be paths open to them. Do you have any questions or reflections that your average human being can do in a day where they can evaluate where they are and
Yes.
then start
Yes.
thinking about where do I want to go with this? Do
Oh
am I
yeah.
needing it
Yeah.
to
We have
the
we have different. Oh, sorry, I cut you. I thought you were done.
no,
Yeah.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, that was it.
Yes. So I do mostly the innermost shift coaching, which really goes into the core of the person, and our tools and questions help the client dig deep inside them to find those answers. And they answer you and they say, like, did I just answer this? They themselves don't believe it to an extent that they say, I never thought about this. So yes, we have different and several tools, and they're really very insightful and helpful to the client himself. And that's why I like the innermost shift coaching more than the general like other schools. It's so amazing indeed.
And how would you say what is the biggest difference between the type of coaching you do? And this is for somebody who doesn't know all the vocabulary between the
Yeah.
different types of coaching. What's the biggest difference between the type of coaching you do and what would be, your typical, the positivity life coaching, let's call it that.
So it's different. Coaching as everything in like as every career is they have different schools. Like I can't talk generally or like deep about other schools, but I can talk about my own school that I am in now. It's called the innermost shift coaching. That helps you to really shift your maybe not mindset, but just the way you think, the way you look at like generally as other like schools of coaching. But the innermost shift coaching, it has special tools and they divided the tools to more detailed ones. So the coach can use more detailed tools and ethics to help the client to better results. So the different thing, it's not really, I don't see it as really so different, like it's totally new or something, but just I think the details and the tools that we use is different than, and it's harder than like you see nowadays it's so many courses or certification for a few dollars and then you'll be a coach. The innermost shift coaching is a longer process, and they you need to go through different steps to reach where you want to be. Of course you can practice the career from day one when you start the learning process, but it's always recommended to go be the mentor, finish the mentorship. And we do also, the good thing about this school is you take the neurolinguistic programming within the program that you're studying. So the neurolinguistic programming that was founded by Dr. Richard Bandler in London, it's a great tool to help to help us coaches like connect the unconscious of the mind with the neurosystem, the neurology system of the person. And that's really amazing, Melissa. I myself, like, it benefits my life totally, and the way I think and look at things. It's amazing. It's amazing. It takes a long time to talk about this, but trying to be brief.
Yeah, thank you. It's really very interesting, because what I'm hearing is perhaps the big difference is you start from the inside.
Yes.
A lot of
course.
coaching starts from the outside. What are you doing? How do you feel about that? So it comes this way. You're actually going inside and
And we
seeing
start from the
where
core.
it
We start
takes
from
you.
there. It's amazing. It's amazing. Like, you ask questions, like, I'm telling you, the coaches, like the clients, are like, why, I never thought you'd ask me this. So that's where the solution comes from, their own inner thing. It's so amazing. Thank you, Melissa.
So can you give us like a tip that, oh, Tahinat, she have a question. Yes, you can ask Tahinat.
Oh, sure.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sure.
Okay, yeah, thank you for your presentation. I was just wondering, actually, I think Eptihal was probably going to ask the same question, but do you have some suggestions of what questions we can ask ourselves to start on that journey of the inner self kind of things that you're mentioning?
Yes, of course, Dina. That's a great question. I always encourage, especially women, to do the mirror talk, as was, of course, founded by, if you read about this, you would know what I'm talking about, by Louise Hay. She founded this, like, I think how many years ago, like the mirror talk. You need to start with yourself, talking to the mirror, because you reflect yourself to yourself. And the number one question you need to ask yourself, to ask, who is Tahinat now? And who is Tahinat 5 years ahead? Because in coaching, we don't focus in the past like the therapy or the psychology, or like any other psychology programs, or like, let's say, approaches. We focus on the future. We focus mostly on the core and then the future. So you need to ask yourself, who is Tahinat now? And who is Tahinat in 5 years? And what do I want Tahinat, or who do I want Tahinat to be? What do I want her to achieve? What do I want her to think like? Those questions help you a lot to understand yourself better, and to know, to make you like um, understand where you're standing right now, and where you want to see yourself in maybe 3 or 5 years, or maybe next year. Sometimes I have clients who wants to ask themselves what I want to be next year, for example, because they're that much lost. And we're all, like every one of us, we're always in the hustle, of what I want to be, what I want to do. And when you start talking to yourself and like applying those questions, you will stop right away comparing yourself to any other person, like, who surrounds you. And also you need to ask yourself, and I love this question a lot, like, how do I like the way I look? When you love the way you look, everything in you, you will start to appreciate everything you have, like your hair, your eyes, everything. And that's body parts appreciation, or let's say gratitude. Oh my God, it's so healthy. It's so healthy than most of the medicines in the world. I always like the clients to touch and feel gratitude for everything they have. So you will start to appreciate yourself, love the way you look, and your self-esteem will be much higher.
Thank you.
I hope you like the answer, and it was enough. You're welcome.
I have a question. So, a lot of people are obsessed with the soul purpose. What's my purpose of life? And they really obsess about the answer, and some of them, they're lost to find that answer, and they're not focused on the moment they have now. So what do you think?
I call this time, especially like those five, like last 5 years, the time of really losing yourself and just wasting time of you want to be this person, no, that person. You don't get inspired. It's very nice to be inspired by someone else and to get inspired. Like we in innermost shift coaching, we help the client to be inspired, or we inspire them, like to get to know themselves. So when you don't know yourself, Abtial, and you see everyone around you, sometimes fakely, some of them of course really like successful, you want to be like them, and you see all that fake happiness and overwhelming on the social media. Of course a human being wants to be like those people in the pictures. So if you don't really discover yourself, or try even to work on yourself and improve what you don't like about yourself, you will be in that mess. Like I want to be this person now. There's nothing called now. And even coaching, it doesn't work overnight. It takes time, and it takes multiple sessions, multiple, like let's say advices or recommendations to work on yourself. It's really hard to start something and then don't feel committed to it, and that's how a person does not know who they want to be. And that purpose, everyone in life has purpose. Everyone in life has purpose, no matter how small it is. But you live for a purpose and on a purpose. But people don't do that. We usually, humans, are followers. We like to be followers. And as Osho, like, Sir Osho always uh, talked about this approach, that the society follows the people, and they really, like, society really does fool people, because people just want to follow. They don't stop and wait until they find, like, who I am today. Who is Rima? Why am I here now? Especially when you're over 25, you're mature, and especially women, like, they get pregnant, they get kids. So all this should teach you a lesson that this is number one purpose for you in life. When you get married, when you get pregnant, when you get the kids, this is your number one, like, let's say, why you're here. You're here to raise all that society around you, and you're here to lift up everyone around you, and to lift up to start with yourself. So we don't get it, unfortunately, but now it's getting better. It's getting better. People are getting it much better than before. So let's hope for better always, for the best. No, why this is
I,
disconnecting?
I hope so. So how can individual appreciate what do they have? So they do the practice of the mirror to look at themselves to appreciate what do they have. Does that help to overcome the obsession of soul purpose of of I need to find my passion now, I need to find my purpose? Does that help?
So the mirror talk is the self talk, and that's for self-realization and discovery, and then improving forward. Because if you don't realize or discover yourself, you will never improve in life. You'll stay the way you were born. Uh, the To find the passion to I'm sorry, you asked something in the beginning and I lost the word.
Yeah, the passion, the soul
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah. So you said to appreciate themselves. So being present in the moment and practicing gratitude, those two magical keywords helps you find you appreciate yourself, you know your value, you know your worth. And as we said in the beginning, if something you don't like about yourself, or you feel that this thing makes you maybe weaker or less valuable than other people, so you can work on it. So being present in the moment, people don't understand what does being present in the moment. You know why we don't understand nowadays those words? Because of the majority and the huge information and post and repost that we found on social media. It's very simple. Being present is just, now I'm with Ibtihal.
Mm.
I feel I'm aware. It's being present is being aware of what you're doing now. Now I'm with you. Before I started, I said my prayer. I said, Ya Rab, please make this as successful as it should be. And I'm enjoying every single moment. And I am also aware of the words I am pronouncing, or I am saying in front of you, or even in front of myself. And I'm aware of everyone here on my list. So being present in the moment is being aware of where and who you are now, and starting to appreciate the place, the people you are with later on. And when you be present in the moment, you will 100% be aware to be grateful or thankful for everything you're living this moment. So that's what being present mean, and it helps a person so much to know where he's standing, what is his, let's say, passion. I don't like to use that word because it's very trending, so I started to hate it. You need to find your purpose, not your passion. Okay, your passion is something comes after your purpose. When you know your purpose in life, you will discover your passion right away. So very easy. Just be present and practice the gratitude. Really, like gratitude is not just like saying prayers and always read your holy book all the time. No, people understand it wrong way in a wrong way. Like practicing gratitude is just being present and then appreciating what are you in now, where you are in now. Like if you went, and also when you go to a place, like for example you don't like,
Mm,
this place of course has a certain point that's beautiful, like it's a very tiny point or place or corner that's really beautiful.
mm,
So instead of looking at the whole ugly place, just focus on that pretty area or
mm.
pretty point, and then you will be like that much appreciating and feeling gratitude. It's amazing. It's amazing. I
That's
like it.
amazing. Gratitude, it just, I think
It's magical.
it is magical. It just, whenever you practice gratitude, you appreciate what you have and you
Yes.
bring more blessings to you too.
Yes, you double the blessings. It's so good. I like it. And
Thank
you
you.
know what, Ibtihal, also it stops you from this bad battle of comparing yourself to others, which
Yes.
really is bringing people down. Like even men, there are lots of men. I have lots of clients who really feel that hassle as well. Like I'm comparing myself. How is this man more successful and quickly?
Mm,
Never know what is the other circumstances for the other person. What are his struggles? What are his weaknesses? So don't just look at the outside, like, or the exterior picture. Everybody has details that we don't know about. So that's really very helpful for a human being to practice. And
that's
now, don't say tomorrow, start it now.
that's amazing. Yes, to appreciate yourself and how much you are unique. Like not all of us are the same. Each one of us have their uniqueness, their
Yes,
gifts.
yes,
So when you look at the mirror, you can
yeah.
find more of who you are and what gift you have to give to
Mm.
yourself and to the world by just being you.
Yes, it's amazing. It's everyone is special. Everyone is special. As I said, as small as their part is, they're very important in life, and their purpose is highly appreciated.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. It's
Of course,
amazing. The mirror technique is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing
of
that.
course, of course, of course. It's very nice.
So, if everyone have a paper and a pencil, I want to do an art exercise with you.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Oh, yeah, Melissa have a question. Okay, you can ask.
Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead.
Actually, I was pointing out Ohm's hand is up. It's been up for a while.
Ahmed, I'm sorry. Yes, you can ask.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not keeping up with the. Go ahead.
Well, hi, Rima. I'm very grateful I'm here. I'm a
أهلا
fellow
وسهلا.
Texan too, so maybe we're in the neighborhood. I don't know.
Oh, wow. We're in Texas.
Houston.
Oh, me too.
Yeah?
Yes,
Good.
that's
We'll
nice.
meet for coffee then.
Oh, yes, for sure. Anytime. I would love to.
Well, I'm grateful. Thank you for my sister who's listening for inviting me to this. I had two questions.
Of course.
The number one question is me as a pot. I know that I have so many good nutritious stuff in that pot, but I can't name them. How would you be able, as a coach, to help me tell me this is good cabbage, this is broccoli, this is good protein, this is bad, whatever? Will you be able to kind of name things, help me articulate my strengths and weaknesses, and sort through them, and maybe help clarify the vision of what I want to be, what I want to do based on you know, how the scale weighs. This is really heavy. My good stuff is good, is heavy, it's loaded. And I have few weaknesses to work on. So how would you be able as a coach to kind of sort this mess out? The second question is, I share your passion to coaching, and I was introduced to this so many years ago, like 2009. It hit me that, you know, I like this. I like coaching. Corporate America kind of fed us this a little bit, but the lack of action, which I know is one of my weaknesses, stopped me from proceeding and reading and feeding myself into that. How would you be able to help in killing that monster, the lack of action, the fear that if I take this, I won't be good enough. I won't do it. Also, one more thing. What did you find in yourself, Rima, that made you get to that aha moment that I will be good at this? This is me. This is what I want to be. And so 3 questions. I said 2, but there are 3. Thank you so much
It's
for
fine.
taking my question.
As many as you want. Oh, those are amazing questions, Yani Ahmed. I like them. Thank you very much. And I appreciate your trust. To answer your last question, let's start with number 3. How did I make sure, or like was, let's say, hopeful that I'm gonna help people or be successful in where I am now? It's my high self-esteem first, and my trust, and my knowing that I like to help people, and I, throughout being, let's say, a mom, I don't want to say when we were little or younger, I tried to help a lot of friends to kind of interact with their kids better, even before I was professional. Like, I was just a regular mom, but I read a lot, and reading strengthens your self-esteem as well, and it triggers your strengths, like your strong points or strong, let's say, triggers. So it helps you a lot and pushes, especially if you know what you read, or if you read in this, like, as I said in the beginning, I started to read more about psychology and the coaching approach, and like positivity as well, and of course the mindset. So that helped me a lot in knowing and making sure that I can help someone. And once you have the will, you have like you will do it, once you have the niyyah there, the intentions. And intentions work also like great. We didn't talk about that part because it's another story. So intentions really brings you back a lot, like huge results and positively. So what made me become sure that I know I'm a social person, I love everyone around me unconditionally, even if they even hurt me sometimes. And of course, I said, I hope I'll be successful. You never know that you'll be successful or not to begin with once you start something new, but it's your perspective that helps you go forward, Ahmed. That's number one. To answer you, the lack of action. See, me, number one, I have that much of that. Even me, don't feel it's not strange. I have a lot of. We all have those times, when we're not motivated and we're not really ready to work on something. But what makes you get rid of lack of what you call the lack of action is the commitment. And what makes you really committed is the intentions. And what makes you really have the intentions, the good intentions towards that action that you want to achieve, is your like desire to do that, or your love towards that thing, or let's say your passion. So it all starts like gradually from one thing to another. It's like what do you say, stairs. It's like stairs, so you need to go step by step and kind of build that. Now your number one question answers all those questions. Like, now your number one question, you said, is you asked me about I lost it. Find the
It's
How do you pick the
your
ingredients
role
of
as
the
a,
pot?
yeah, yes.
yes, I was trying to find the word, the part. I didn't write the word. See, what? That's why we write in coaching because we forget. So you have different content, or let's say different tasks to do. The number one secret, it's not a secret, the task that we do is prioritizing your tasks, or uh, like, let's say, categorizing your cabbages, that's one family, your fruit, that's another family, and then your let's say seeds or multigrains, that's another family. and we will see, we will look at, like, this is Ahmed, and this is the pyramid she's looking at to achieve, or to get the most of. So through questions to you, we would know, like, does